messages. What I hope that they come out of the films with, and I think in some cases have, is a fundamental belief in yourself and a certain amount of self-reliance, that don't bother with what other people say about you. Proceed on the path that you think is right for yourself, and listen to your own feelings and respect yourself. I think those are important general things that these pictures keep hitting at.
Have a good holiday. I'll see you in Chicago, John.
You'll never make the city.
Modigliani.
Neil Page. Fucking Neil Page. Del Griffith. Just a fucking great movie. Great soundtrack.
I knew you.
Is this a coincidence or what? Have a seat. Dr. Wichita.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? I'm sorry to announce that we're canceling Flight 909 due to severe weather in Chicago.
Back. I haven't been home in years. We were robbed.
Do you think so?
Aussie mode, huh? You ever traveled by bus before? Your mood's probably not going to improve much.
How are we doing out there?
Too much time away from home.
I haven't been home in years. Right, let's get into this. I'm sick of this. Let's do it. Just go into this.
I'll start with line 16 and on page 4, and I will go to page 5.
Judge Jody
And I'm sorry, is
Rhineland.
this what's coming in or what's staying out?
No, it's coming in. The
Okay.
rest is the
Oh, who's that?
rest of the yellow
Fuck you. That's who I am. I'm God.
is staying out.
Can you repeat that line
Just a
again?
minute, I'm reading
Okay,
page 5.
sorry.
Who do you think they're praying to? If you think they're praying to God, he was in operating room 101 and he doesn't like to be disturbed. I came here direct. It comes down from Mitch and Murray. You're wanting. You're playing in the man's game, but you can't close. Why?
Okay.
Right, basically Michael Baldwin is on trial again. And he's not fucking happy about it. Like, let's be honest, this guy is not happy about this. Shouldn't laugh, like.
So it's
Oh, he's chased out, like.
it's line
He's just thinking about how I'd love to kill that fucking judge. He's just thinking about, like, I wish it was her on the set that day.
line 16, starting with Alec Baldwin. Finish.
I want a closing statement from Alex Baldwin. I want like an actual closing statement on the stand. Like, I want to see the greatest performance ever performed. Like 60 minutes of just him pouring it out. You think I'm fucking with you? I'm not fucking with you.
The rest of the page 4. Starts on page 5 at the top and finishes on line 10. The rest of the yellow will stay
Do you know why? Because like Judge, even these high earners, like he's just looking at her like, I make more money in a fucking year than you make in your entire career. You see this watch? Like, he has no respect for her. He's like, I could buy and sell you 100 times over. I'm Alec Baldwin. It's like he has to sit there and actually just fucking take this. Like,
will be redacted.
Understood. Are we ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah.
we're ready. Are you ready?
The next one I show, and Ms. LeBlanc, just correct me if I'm wrong, is on page 12.
He just knows this is a fucking circus. This is just a bunch of idiots who can't do their jobs. They're just like, page 12, I think it says something there. It's like they don't even know what the fuck's going on. They weren't there. I was fucking there. Like, do you know what I mean? He's just hot enough. In a way, I kind of agree. But to say that, it's fucked up. It is fucked up. But, like, I can totally see where he's coming from. He realizes it's just a circus. Like, it's just a bunch of numpties. And this is justice. Like, he's just going, fuck me. This is just a mad world we're in.
So
Yeah, that's it. Just,
This-
he has to cover his mouth. He just wants to fucking scream. He just wants to get up and flip the table and just fucking. He just can't believe he has to take this fucking bullshit.
issue goes directly to
I'm Alec fucking Baldwin.
Mr. Baldwin's state of mind, and I'm looking, Your Honor, I'm sorry, at basically 12 through 14. He understands that whether there's a live round on set or not, these guns can be dangerous, and he says it right here between 12 and 14. What he's talking about with the wadding can come out. If you're closer, you can get a burn. That's him talking about his knowledge of the danger of these guns. That
Oh,
goes
God.
directly to the heart of the state's case. As the court knows, the state doesn't disagree with 15 through 17. And again, when we start here on 18, where Mr. Baldwin...
This is mental. This is like crazy world. This is like O.J. Simpson or something. Do you know what I mean? It's like no one cares. It's just going on live right now on Sky News. No one cares.
Says, I'm told, that again goes directly to...
But we cover everything here.
The injuries that can occur if these guns are not handled.
Oh, he's seething. He's seething. You can feel he is not happy right now.
With
There's people just looking at him and all.
Safety, he says right there. I'm told.
His camera's not looking on him. He has to, do you know what I mean?
Even with the flash powder, you can cause contusions, and you can do a brain bleed and die. And you know what? We can take out this part.
He's slightly rocking back and forward. Slightly rocking back and forward to soothe himself.
Here that says which both of them died, because that is relevant to the Brandon Lee, John Eric Hexum that we agreed to remove. So I don't oppose taking out both of them died, but this goes directly to the heart of the state's case.
Oh God, can you imagine how much you would just want to go? Like, I just want to go live a life. Just fuck this, man.
And then
all these people getting paid loads of money to just talk shit over and just flip pages around, and like, look at him, he's just on his phone, he doesn't care, he's just thinking about what he's doing later, what he wants to get for lunch. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? What are you doing later? You going to the bar? Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, I'm just at this fucking Alec Baldwin trial, it's a load of bullshit. Yeah, I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. What time are you going? I'll be out of here by 4 or 5, hopefully. If it doesn't, as it drags on, hopefully it doesn't, because he doesn't give a fuck if it does for him. She doesn't care. She's just like, she needs to go home and look after her kid or something. She's just getting paid loads of money. He's just getting paid. Everyone's getting paid to be here. That's why he realizes this is all wrong. Everyone here is being paid and has a vested interest in this whole thing, except me.
I think it's 21 through 25 we've agreed to redact. Obviously, this part here on the top of page 13 is very important to the state because Mr. Baldwin says,
"Oh my God.
point is, I've been."
He's either praying or he's just like, I can't take this anymore. I can't take these people.
Doing this. I shot enough guns in my day in movies. I've never seen this before, where a flash round was.
Oh, he's just like, fuck me, he knows I did say this. Why did I say all that shit? I was trying to show off about how much I knew.
Obviously, what I'm trying to get in is he's got experience with firearms, and he talks to Detective Hancock pretty extensively about that. So
You should just get up and say, objection, Your Honor. I object. God damn it. He just objects. Just objects. He doesn't know why. He just objects. He can't, because he doesn't want. He can't listen to this shit. And all you fucking people.
his personal experience with firearms on movie sets and off movie sets is all absolutely relevant.
I need to see an Alec Baldwin scene right now. One more time, it was good. Or should we go for the short one? Go for the short one. Go for the short one.
The question is, do I have a God complex?
Dr. Kessler says yes.
Which makes me wonder if this...
No. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. The res is just shit. That's why we'll have to go for the full clip.
Dr. Kessler, would you describe your history and relationship to Dr. Hill? Dr. Hill was a student of mine at medical school. Upon graduation, I had...
And the irony of this whole scene is these are all lawyers and all discussing about whether they have a case and whether they're going to take him to court. And he's just like, fuck you, I don't care.
Asked him to serve his residency under
I'm
my
Alec
direction
Baldwin.
at Mass General. When he finished the residency, I asked him to join our surgical staff.
Dr. Kessler, how long have you been teaching at Harvard Medical School?
21 years. How long have you been chief of staff at Mass General? 14 years. So you've been in a position to work with thousands of young doctors, am I correct? Yes. I might add that the doctors I've had the pleasure to teach and work with are among the very best in the world. And how would Dr. Hill rank in this group that are among the very best in the world? There's no one any better.
Riley?
Come
Dr.
on.
Kessler, your faith in Dr. Hill's surgical
Come
talent
on.
is obvious.
And completely deserved.
Dr. Kessler, 7 months ago, the position of chief of surgery became available at Mass General. Did Jed Hill seek this position?
Yes, he did.
Did you give the position to Jed?
Excuse me. My client's name is Dr. Hill.
Forgive me, did you award the position to Dr. Hill?
No.
Why not?
Well, he was certainly qualified.
But you didn't give him the job.
There were many other candidates.
Surgeons more qualified?
This isn't a trial, Mr. Riley.
Dr. Kessler, during Dr. Hill's residency at Mass General, he wrote several quarterly evaluations. Evaluations to be read and reviewed by hospital administrators, department heads.
Such a well-executed scene, just so well-executed. Fucking bravo.
Yes.
I'm looking at one right now, dated June 15th, 1982, and bearing your signature. It's coming out.
Excuse me.
I'd like to read from page 3, paragraph 4. While Jed Hill consistently remains the most skilled and the brightest of our residents, we should not ignore what I and several of his colleagues observed to be an indulgence of the God complex. God complex. That's not a typo, is it? It says God complex.
That was written a decade ago.
What's a God complex?
How did you
What's a God complex?
get this information? This is privileged
Dr.
information.
Kessler, what's a God complex?
It's a term that has no clinical meaning or at all.
You just made it
Doctors
up.
throw it around and
Sir, all
just
due
a
respect,
thing
but
that they
knock it
say.
off. What did you mean in this evaluation when you said Dr. Hill had a God complex?
the power to heal can be an enormous thing. An enormous thing. To save a life, to get blood flowing into cells and vital organs, if a person can do that, and if one can do it as exceptionally as Dr. Hill, it's not uncommon for a person like that to begin to believe that he can do anything. The power to heal can be like a drug.
Like a drug, you say? Would it be uncommon for a person with a God complex to reject the advice of others?
No.
Would it be uncommon for such a person to proceed on a course that others might reject, if only out of a sense of godlike power?
Oh, I think now you're vastly overstating.
Is that why you didn't give Dr. Hill the job?
There were a number of other factors.
Objection.
Is that why you removed a healthy ovary without any
Your Honor.
scientific diagnosis?
Don't you address my client, Mr. Riley.
Do you have a God complex?
Don't you look at him. Don't you even look at him.
This is not acceptable.
No, let him address me.
Jed,
No, it's about time I got to give some answers here.
stop typing. This is off the record.
The question is, do I have a God complex?
Dr. Kessler says yes.
Which makes me wonder if this lawyer has any idea as to the kind of grades one has to receive in college to be accepted at a top medical school. If you have the vaguest clue as to how talented someone has to be to lead a surgical team. I have an MD from Harvard. I am board certified in cardiothoracic medicine and trauma surgery. I have been awarded citations from 7 different medical boards in New
Fuck
England.
yeah.
And I am never, ever sick at sea. So I ask you, when someone goes into that chapel and they fall on their knees and they pray to God that their wife doesn't miscarry, or that their daughter doesn't bleed to death, or that their mother doesn't suffer acute neural trauma from post-operative shock, who do you think they're praying to? Now, you go ahead and read your Bible, Dennis, and you go to your church, and with any luck, you might win the annual raffle. But if you're looking for God, he was in operating room number 2 on November 17th, and he doesn't like to be second-guessed. You ask me if I have a God complex? Let me tell you something. I am God. And this sideshow is over.
Fucking right. That fat guy is the best. He didn't even say
You
anything.
got a winner here, Lester.
He didn't even say anything.
Call my office in the morning and we'll work out a settlement.
It gets better.
What do you mean?
We talked to the bartender at a place called the Prince William Tavern.
Ask God how many shots of bourbon he had before he cut me open.
So that's what he should be getting up now. There should be a point where Alec Baldwin gets to speak. It's about time I got to speak in this whole sideshow. He just wants to get up and say, I am God, and just say, that's enough of this little fucking sideshow. I'm on my way home. You just talk amongst yourselves. Do this without me here. Why do we even need him there?
You want me to stop there?
God. Oh, he really hates these people. Look. Wow.
So, Your Honor, this was already the subject of a defense motion in limine that the court ruled upon.
It's probably like his lawyer. She's probably talking in his defense, and he still just hates her. Fucking cunt lawyer. She wouldn't know her ass from her elbows.
So we have, in the transcript of the pretrial proceedings, the parties were arguing about
She wouldn't know her ass from the hole in her face.
whether or not this knowledge of danger of blanks would be admissible. And so what the court ruled was, the court said, the court makes the following ruling, weighing whether it has any tendency to
He's just like, please, God, make the bullets admissible. Make it admissible.
make a fact more probable or less probable than it would be without it, and whether its probative value substantially is outweighed by the unfair prejudice.
He's just writing
I think
stuff
it's
down.
difficult to deal with what I read in the grand jury transcripts about, the theory about the negligent use of a deadly weapon is that this manner of handling, that he shouldn't have cocked the gun, etc. And then with respect to the alternative is that he failed to check the gun. He failed to confirm that the gun, and I remember the word confirm, about live ammunition before he pointed it at someone. The court went on. I think that I will not allow any testimony other than one sentence, probably by your expert, Miss Morrissey, that says the blanks also can kill. But to consider that he failed somehow, that's just going to be up to the trier of fact. I think everybody knows that guns can kill. It depends on what's in there. But I think that you cannot mention it, you can mention it, but that's it. We're not going through 5 different questions on tell me how serious this is, and if he's a gun owner and he's done all these westerns or not westerns, but all this gun experience, then he should have known.
Always be closing. A, always B, B, C, closing. Always be closing.
Just say that, and if you can tie that up, great. So that's specifically on this subject, and so we've already argued this, and the court has already ruled. So based on that, we are asking that the court, consistent with its previous ruling, exclude these portions. And the additional portions, there will be a number of other sections in the transcript that I think we can dispense with rather quickly once we have the court's ruling on that as well.
Is that the part about when he talks about the commingling? It's one of them about the commingling and the dummy rounds?
I don't recall, Your Honor, I have some flagged, but I think we can move through them fairly quickly and I can identify
How good does Alec Baldwin, how fucking good does this guy age? I'm not being funny, but he's probably pushing 70. He's probably near 70. It's fucking incredible. I don't know if it's adrenochrome or genes. I don't know. The Baldwins, all the Baldwins, they all age ridiculously well.
Goes to the court every place that is throughout the transcript. But
all right, thank you.
If
I get to the fucking good stuff.
So my concern is that
Yes.
I didn't realize necessarily during
What is your concern?
the motion hearing, I thought we were talking about witness testimony, not the defendant's
So you don't know what's going on?
own statements. And let me try to articulate for the court where I think some difficulty may come in. If I have my expert do what the court suggested and just have him give the one sentence that...
She's the one putting you away for a long time. her shitty, half-baked, fucking slapped together the night before when she went out with her girlfriend and drank fucking 12 Budweisers with her girl buddies and her girlfriends and her girlfriend, and went home and watched fucking Despicable Me 3 with her girlfriend's wee niece, and then came in the next day hungover, didn't know what was going on in court, and her half-baked slap together fucking case is gonna put you away. Fucking disgusting, man.
Blanks can kill.
Blanks
Then
can
what
kill.
we're missing.
Blanks can kill. Just keep saying that. We will win by the use of slogans.
The
Who said
important
that?
part is that Mr. Baldwin knows that. So these statements that he made to Detective Hancock go directly to that one.
They go directly to Mitch and Murray.
Sentence that you're allowing us to get in, because Mr. Baldwin actually knows that, and the elements of the offense go directly to what he knew or should have known. That's in the actual jury instruction. So this is something that he knew or should have known. There are rules that say don't point the gun at anyone, and this is obviously one of the reasons, is because even if you have largely inert ammunition, it can still hurt someone, or Mr. Baldwin even indicated he knew that it could kill someone. So I think that this needs to be in for that reason.
Which motion was it?
Your Honor, it was all personal opinion.
Okay, that's enough for now. That was brutal. Sorry, if yous are still here. For apologies for that. Look,
Do you do impressions at all?
Not as well as Tony Hopkins does.
He does. I've heard him do some.
Tony does the best impressions of people that you've ever heard.
He does.
He could genuinely phone you up and say, Winston Churchill here. I've heard your podcast, and that is significant and profound. But you are, young man, in the greatest danger of subverting Western civilization by your profanities, perhaps.
Could you do an impression of Anthony Hopkins?
No, I couldn't. Tony. I can't do Tony as well as
but
Tony
you
does.
started to by trying to. You were like the way his mouth is.
Oh yes, indeed. It's the shape of the mouth that actually much. And Burton used to get the old, the lips going and the megaphone going. And,
yeah.
Oh God, Elizabeth.
You have to be able to do a Sean Connery.
No, don't say Sean Connery. Apparently, Sean Connery will smack your fucking if you do an impression of him. He punches people, though. Apparently, he's a nasty man. Like.
Can't quite get a lisp.
Is it a lisp?
But you have that voice where if you worked on it, you could easily do that.
Sean was the ultimate alpha male.
You got to hang out with him?
Well, we did Last Crusade, and I did a...
Oh, yeah, of course, Last Crusade, right.
And I did a piece of crap called... What was it called? Can't even remember.
That was a piece of crap.
It'll come back.
Right.
Anyway, he flew in from Switzerland to the castle where we were filming, and he flew in on Monday from his hotel in Monte Carlo or Monaco or something like that. Flew in by helicopter, worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night, flew out with $1 million in cash, which is a wonderful way of doing things, isn't it? Really?
Wow.
Lovely.
Was he a joy to
He didn't get that. See, he was apparently Connery's a Satanist.
be around? Or was he difficult? Was he intense? You're watching your words.
I am.
That's okay.
Yeah, he's freaking out because he knows Connery's in the club.
I think he and Michael Caine were the great British stars of their generation.
Fuck off, man. Roger Moore, mate. You smoking?
And I worked with Caine. I worked on one of Caine's pictures, never actually worked.
Dalton? Excellent.
worked with him. I got blown up before the main titles. It was my first movie.
Great.
But Connery was. Connery was a
shite. He was shite. He was fucking shite. He was shite, Mister. I can't do a Connery in there. I've never heard Sean Connery say the word shite, so I fucked it up. Couldn't do it. Right, let's go to the main thing, which is this. God, we got so much to get through. I forgot that I meant the intro on that. I wanted to start on that. This is shit.
They're
Shit video.
committing genocide. Are you deaf? I can see you can read. Go and walk to Canada. But we live here. No, we're taking this house and this land and all this stuff.
You have no comment to that?
Oh, shut up.
Tell me.
You nearly drew the F-bomb out of me then, but you failed. Don't be silly.
Well, he's raging.
Is this boring, eh?
So, here we have rock musician icon and Pink Floyd co-founder Roger Waters getting into it with Piers Morgan on the serious topics of the moment, being that of Gaza, Ukraine, Putin and more. In typical unrestrained rock fashion, Waters is unleashed, never mind uncensored, and totally doesn't hold back on disseminating his geopolitical beliefs in a forthright assertive fashion, seemingly not giving two figs on being restrained by any form of cancel culture. Piers uncharacteristically comes across as intimidated and bullied, on occasion into silence.
Look at him, he is seething. I hate this man because he can't break him. He's like the dude off V for Vendetta, the guy on TV. Do you know the guy that just whipped up hatred every night on the nightly news in V for Vendetta? Was it V for Vendetta? No, and not the good guy, not Stephen Fry, the other guy. He was this fat, slobby dude that he was Piers Morgan.
Reversal on his own show, and not through intellect but rather sheer Pink Floyd force. At one point, when Roger references Dionne Warwick, Piers actually appears as though he's about to burst into tears through sheer lack of control. The original interview is approximately 1 hour 18 minutes long.
Oh, he's biting his tongue and all.
Down to talking points.
Look how much he's biting his lips and all.
Little over 20 minutes. So let us observe, giving our thoughts upon conclusion.
Yeah.
As the man behind rock revolutionaries Pink Floyd, Roger Waters is music royalty. I'm delighted to say Roger Waters is
It's always good. Start off with a good bum lick.
Will be most definitely uncensored. Roger, good to see you.
Good to see you.
I hope you washed your ass today, boys. You're about to get kissed by a TV anchor.
Here you are.
I'm glad to see you can read.
Tired of seeing a blurred reality? Try these
Casey Neistat.
self-adjustable glasses that are taking the world by storm.
When I take my stand for human rights, I'm not mucking around. I'm serious about it. And I don't care what they throw at me. And we know who I'm talking about, and they are very powerful.
Well, who are you talking about?
The Israeli lobby, obviously. Well, actually, it's not just the Israeli lobby, it's the war machine as well. It's the war lobby. There's no two ways of looking at the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. You either believe in it or you don't, and you cannot cherry pick it. And what you said earlier
Well, I wasn't talking about
excuse me, don't interrupt. Rebuild and live in peace. Well, hang on, you didn't play the rest of it. And that's a discussion.
Well, I haven't asked you a
I
question
heard,
yet.
excuse me, stop interrupting me. I'm only 80 years old. I have never experienced the genocide of a whole people in front of my eyes happening every day. The calumny.
Well, you have.
The
Well, with respect, you have. You were born in World War II when there was an actual genocide of Jewish people by the Nazis.
I was that big.
What?
I was that big. I didn't witness
you were alive,
that.
is my point.
Well, but I wasn't talking about
of course.
Being alive. I'm saying I never witnessed it. You can't witness something.
Yeah, 6 million Jews were killed
You
by
cannot
the
witness
Nazis.
something.
God, what is just Piers to God? It is just. They're like robots. They're just robots.
Well, I'm not saying
Just
they were.
any chance to get it in there, like get it in.
didn't. And was that a disgusting, awful crime? Yeah, it was. Just like this one is a disgusting, awful
But
crime.
my question for
There's
you...
no difference.
Roger, my question for you is this.
Tell
you know
what,
why?
let me speak on behalf of we, the people of the world, because we, the people of the world, whatever the...
But you don't speak for the whole world, do you?
For God's sake.
Well, come on, Roger. We have a civilised conversation.
No, you can't have a civilized conversation with somebody who constantly interrupts.
Okay. Nor can you speak unfettered without me correcting some of the things you're saying or challenging you. You accept that?
Yeah, I was about to say something, and you're doing it again.
My apologies.
I accept your apology.
Thank you.
Please don't do it again, Piers. Right. And let's not go back into the old stuff about, oh, well, the Palestinians turned it down. No, they don't. That is a barefaced lie.
What Arafat did.
No, he didn't. That is a barefaced lie. I'm not going to argue the toss with you. I know it is. If you don't know it is, you haven't yet done the read.
Oh, I have, and I've actually interviewed people like Bill Clinton who were involved in it.
Bill Clinton? Dear God. Anyway, I won't...
You would believe Arafat over Clinton?
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Oh, brilliant. Good, I'm glad this got better.
Really?
Because I was about to turn it off.
Gave a false impression. I misled people, including even my wife. I deeply regret that.
Rot him.
I can only tell you I was motivated by many factors.
He's good, Larry.
You see, this is what I shouldn't get sucked into. Because the you're wrong, I'm right nature of this program is what's wrong with it. I know you think it's what's right with it.
That's right.
It's you say something and I challenge you, and maybe you change my mind. Which, by the way, you might do.
It's
controversy.
It's about confrontational. It's the confrontation.
It is. He's
which
right.
is what you get. It's your clicks. We have to stand up.
Excuse
the
me.
universal
Sorry, that's the last time I've done that.
And actually, no, not yet.
No more
Andrew
burps on the show.
Feinstein will, and Keir Starmer won't. We know Keir Starmer's a bought man. I wouldn't believe him. You know.
Enough of that. Like enough.
I'm surrendering. Taking your deal.
All right, come on out with your hands up.
I need medical.
What it's about.
Get rid of that gas can, nigga.
Sorry, he was a criminal. He was a bad guy.
I ain't done all this to see you burn up no money. Gold isn't flammable. Yeah, I don't want it melted. And there's cash in there, too. You want to come over here and take care of Ogerman yourself? Nah, nigga, nah. You the professional. Look at all the good work you done here. Can execute naked women and everything.
Prick.
Next bullet ain't a warning. That bulletproof vest you got there is real nice. Makes you look svelte. Like when a female puts on a girdle. It's much more flattering than that windbreaker you wore on the news when you stomped that Mexican. Where'd you spot me? You drove by the bank. And twice, when you was following on the parkway. What do you want? Stay right there. So I can thank you face to face for wiping out all these cruel-ass thugs. This is what most cops do when they get suspended. Go rob bank robbers. Why are you taking that off?
I need the strap to stop the bleeding.
I'm gonna ask you some questions. You tell me some bullshit, and I send that video I made of you killing that white girl to the news. I got a real good angle from up there. Even got you when you took off your mask.
So ask.
What do the Bulwark PD know?
Oh.
Nigga.
Likewise. Let's talk through this.
Make some words.
We should clean up this mess together and split the gold. We can fight each other some more. Do this until we're crippled or dead, or we can both be rich. I don't see how this is a dilemma.
Trusting a cop, one that's crooked as fuck, is the dilemma. Only thing absolute certain about you is that you don't give a shit about any oath you swear to.
My daughter got assaulted for the 5th time 2 days ago. My wife has multiple sclerosis and can't even walk half the time without a cane. I need this.
$70-30.
60-40.
All right.
There's a getaway car in there?
Detective is astute.
We need to tow this one to the lake.
All right.
Let's unload the guns together and slowly so that neither one of us is tempted.
All right.
Well, that was fucking shit. I ain't gonna play that. Keep that for another time.
Okay.
This looks shit.
Red Bull, Ferrari,
This looks like a real
Mercedes,
shit one.
Aston, now McLaren, all have a speed on the straights. Our shot is battling in the turns. We need to build our car for combat.
How am I supposed to make that safe?
Who said anything about safe?
Brad Pitt. I hate Brad Pitt. I hate Formula 1. I hate this song.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face. You
Who is choosing the music for films now? It's just wrong. It's bollocks.
big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place, singing, we will rock you. Sing it. We will rock you. Everybody, we will rock you. We will rock you.
Even the trailer's just shit.
Son of a bitch took the bait. When I say now, you hit him with the light.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of shit.
But you do back to back hugely successful movies. And
Yes.
now it's got to be stand and deliver that now you're on the map. Now they're seeing you.
And this is what I call a podcast. Movie posters, movie podcast. This is what I should have done.
As someone, not just Richie Valens, a one trick pony, but this guy's got it.
Yes.
And that's when
And
the
so-
offers started coming around.
You need to have all this shit, so it's just, you know what I mean?
The next film I did was an offer.
Look at it. He's just in his echoey fucking dining room on his laptop.
And that was the funny thing is I didn't even see it coming. It was Young Guns, right? And so I go in.
Young Guns, fucking great movie. Young Guns.
Into the meeting at Fox, and John Fusco, the writer producer, Chris Kane, the director, Joe Roth, Paul Schiff, the other producers, with Morgan Creek at the time. And we have a great meeting. I've read the script; it's wonderful, fantastic. They don't send me any sides, so I'm thinking, oh god,
I'm bored. All right, we're done for tonight, guys. Let's back to this. Fucking hell, man. She's like struggling to read it because she's so stupid, and he's just like, you fucking dummy. Made sure they got that on camera.
This was related to.
This bores
and
him.
I think I say it here where I talk about on page 154, which you left out. But this is to Mr. Nikas, where he's saying that the statement such and such would have died if there were a blank in the gun. That they were asserting that they were going beyond live ammunition, and they were talking about that they expected witnesses to testify, in particular Mr. Carpenter, that blanks can kill as well, and that he should have known that. That's different from his own admissions of his knowledge, and I'm going to let the following in. I'm going to let page 12, I'm going to let line 13, right in the middle. Sometimes the wadding can come out. If you're closer, you can get a burn. It shows that he does have knowledge of guns.
Hang on, Your Honor, I just want to use, I see, I'm sorry.
And then on lines 18, 19, and I'm told even with a flash powder you can cause contusions and you can do a brain bleed. And then also lines 1 through 5.
You can do a brain bleed. You can do a brain bleed. So, you can do.
Page 13.
Did he actually say that?
And Your Honor, I do understand the court's ruling. If I may, just for the court, just to remind me, because I know we're dealing with the transcripts and we had these arguments earlier. So, if I may, just to
Women lawyers, women judge. I bet you Baldwin was hating this. He's just like, do you know what I mean? Going down. He knows he's going down. Right. Well. It's been one. It's been a real one.